Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Punchestown Racecourse here on Wednesday. It is April the 25th, 2018. I'm going to look at almost all the races on today's program from Punchestown, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Like I said, I'm going to look at almost all the races. The races I won't be looking at are the flat races, so races 5 and race 7, so the 605 and the 715. I'm not going to give you a tip in because those races are just too horrible, too hard to give a tip out that I could feel 100% behind. So, but I'm giving you tips for the other 5 races. So let's get on to it. And I think you can make some money with this card here from Punchestown. The first race, the 340, it's the Adair Manor Opportunity Series Final Handicap Hurdle. It's a conditional handicap hurdle going for a purse of $36,000. This race is for 4-year-olds and upwards, rated 95 to 123. Field of 28 horses, but we have some reserves are also eligible. 26, 27, 28 are also eligible, so only 25 could go with a distance of ground of 2 miles and 5/8, or about 4,200 meters over the hurdle course. My top 3 picks for this race, very wide open race. Going to give you 3 horses that I think can win. Those 3 horses are the 8-horse Man of Plenty, the 10-horse Black Key, and the number 15-horse Cardo Dis Floss. The first horse I'm talking about is the number 8-horse Man of Plenty, 20-1 here. Sean Houlihan is on this one for Sophie Leach, who trains this 9-year-old gelding. This horse's most recent outing came on the 10th of March at Sandown, 2 miles over the hurdle course in the Grade 3 Imperial Cup Handicap Hurdle. His horse finished 5th by 11 lengths that day. He had very low weight that day, but he didn't do anything. He just couldn't keep up with him. It wasn't his day to win in that tough race. I think this is a bit of a major step down class, and I do think he should run a lot better. Before the 3rd of February at Sandown, 2 miles 7/8 in the Grade 3 Betfred Heroes Handicap Hurdle. Horse finished 7th by 9.5 lengths. Again, a tough race. He had low weight, but he didn't show up. And then at Ascot, 2 miles and 3/8 in the Grade 3 Ascot Spring Garden Show Holloway Handicap Hurdle. He finished 4th by 6.5 lengths. That was one of his better races of this year. He jumped well. He just missed a little bit at the end, but for 2018, one of his better races. He hasn't won in quite a while. He hasn't won since at least 2016, but I think he's due for a victory. This is the lowest quality spot he's been in quite a while. I like him a bit at 20-1. Watch out for him. You can make money with this horse, along with the number 10 horse here, Black Key, 10-1 here. Daniel Holden is on this one for Henry Day Bromhead. This horse is coming off a race at Ferry House the 19th of April, which was last Thursday now. 2 miles and a half in a conditional maiden hurdle. This horse finished second by 2.5 lengths that day, and he just really couldn't get that good closing kick at the end. It wasn't his day to win there in the run-in, but he jumped well going around the race course for the main portion of the race. Before that 2nd of April, Ferry House, heavy ground, 2 miles and a novice handicap hurdle. He finished 3rd by 6.75 lengths. For the horse's first start in quite a while, he ran well. He jumped around the race course well. Like I said, maybe lacked a little at the run-in, but for his first start since June 24th of 2017, it was a nice start. And then that 24th of June start came at Gowan, 2 miles and a half in main hurdle. He finished 2nd by 5.5 lengths. He just, again, lacked a little bit on the run-in. This is the kind of horse, he doesn't run in very well, but he jumps well around the race course. I think here, with another lesser quality race, he should run well, so watch out for him. Along with the number 15 horse, Cardo Dis Floss, 10-1 here. Niall Kelly's on this one for Willie Mullins. This horse's most recent outing came at Down Royal on the 25th of March, 2 miles 3/8 in the main hurdle. This horse finished 2nd by a length that day, and he jumped well going around the race course, just missed at the end, but it was a respectable run. Before that, the 8th of February at Thurles, 2 miles 15/16 main hurdle. He finished 2nd by 2 lengths, and he just had a few mistakes that day going around the course. Wasn't his day to win. He hasn't won ever in 8 starts, but he's been close up there his last few. He's been getting better with every start, and I think today he could run a big one. Watch out for him also. So to recap my bets for the first, the 340 from Punchestown, I'm going to go with the number 8 horse here, Man of Plenty. I'm going to go with the 10 horse Black Key, and I'm also going to use the number 15 horse here, Cardo This Floss. So 8, 10, 15 for me here in the opener from Punchestown. The second race in Punchestown, the 420, it's Louis Fitzgerald Hotel Hurdle. It's a hurdle race going for a purse of $30,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards, number 1, more than one hurdle race. Field of 9 horses, going the distance of ground of 4,000 meters or 2 miles and 1/2 over the hurdle course. My top pick in this race, I like number 6 horse, Sir de Burlace. Hopefully I said that right. Barry Garrity's on this one for Gordon Elliott, who trains 6-year-old gelding here. Like I said, I'm going to go 6-4-3, Tricast Trifecta, but my top pick, number 6, Sir de Burlace. This horse's most recent outing came at the Festival at Cheltenham last month, 2.5 miles in a conditional handicap hurdle. This horse finished 4th by 7.5 lengths that day, and just lacked a little bit at the end. Didn't have the best jumps, and I think that cost him at the end. Here in a lesser quality spot back in Ireland, where this horse runs his better races, I do think he should run a lot better. Before the 24th of February at Ferry House, 2.5 miles and a handicap hurdle, he finished second by 5.5 lengths. His first start of the year, first start since last year's Punchestown Festival. He jumped very well. He just lacked a little at the end, but he jumped well going around the race course. And then at Punchestown last April, 2 miles 9/16 in a handicap hurdle, he finished 13th by 22 lengths. He really never showed up that day. The ground was almost good to firm. He had a very dry ground that day. I think he's the kind of horse that will really like he's the kind of horse that will really like the wetter ground today. I believe the official going is yielding. He's gonna like it a lot. I think he's on the improve. Watch out for him to run a big one. So to recount my bets for the second race from Punchestown, the 4:20, gonna go with the 6 horse Sir de Burlace. I'm gonna go 6-4-3 in the Tricast of the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 3, the 4:55 from Punchestown. The 4:55, it's the Grade 1 Irish Daily Mirror Novice Hurdle. It's going for a purse of $119,500. It's novice hurdle race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 11 horses here, going the distance of ground of 3 miles over the hurdle course. My top pick in this race, I like the number 1 horse here, Ballyward. I'm going to go 175 in the Tricast of the trifecta. 175 Tricast trifecta. Top pick number 1, Ballyward. 7-1. Danny Mullins is on this Willie Mullins trained 8-year-old gelding by Flemsworth. Just pardon me. It is late at night here in America, so I can't remember everybody's name. Pardon me if I mispronounce any horse's name wrong or mispronounce any jockey's name wrong. I've been known to do that. Just pardon that. Usually half asleep doing these videos sometimes, but number 1 horse, Ballyward, top pick. Danny Mullins on this one for Willie Mullins. Horse's most recent outing came in the Grade 1 Albert Bartlett Novice Hurdle at Cheltenham last month. 3 miles on March 16th. Horse finished 4th by 6 lengths. And, he just couldn't get that good closing kick at the end. He was a big long shot at 20-1, but he didn't run like a 20-1 shot. He ran better than his odds, but again, he just lacked a little bit at the end. Before that, Nace on the 20th of January, 2 miles to rates in main hurdle. He won by a half length. He jumped well and just had a very nice, easy victory with quite a high weight of 166 pounds. And then Leopardstown, 2.5 miles in a main hurdle. He finished 4th by 5 lengths during Christmas. Again, he just couldn't get that good closing kick, stalking that day. I like him a lot here today at 7-1. I think he could upset here, so watch out. So to recap my bets for today's third race, the 4:55 from Punchestown. It's the Grade 1 Irish Daily Mirror Novice Hurdle. Gonna go with the 1 horse Ballyward. Gonna go 175 in the Tricast of the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 4, the 5:30. The 4th race, the 5:30, it's the featured of the afternoon or the twilight evening, whatever you want to call it. The 4th race, the 5:30, it's the Grade 1 Punchestown Gold Cup, sponsored by Coral. It's going for a purse of $328,500. It's for 5-year-olds and upwards here. Going field of 13 horses, going the distance of ground of 3 miles and 1/16 over the chase course. My top pick in this race, I like the number 8 horse, Road to Respect. I'm going to go 8-3-6 in the Tricast of the trifecta. 8-3-6 Tricast trifecta. Top pick number 8, Road to Respect. Sean Flanagan is on this one. 7-year-old gelding here. This horse's most recent outing came in the Cheltenham Gold Cup at Cheltenham last month. 3 miles and a quarter on soft ground. He finished 4th by 13 lengths that day. Native River put on a show that day. This horse just couldn't get that good closing kick at the end. It just wasn't his day to win. I think coming back to Ireland to a race course this horse has run very good on. I do think this horse should run a major race. Before that 20th of December at Leopardstown, 3 miles in Leopardstown Christmas Chase. His horse won by 1 1/4 lengths that day. He jumped well, and he had a very nice victory that day. It wasn't his best victory, but he had a very nice victory. And then at Down Royal, 4th of November, 3 miles and the Champion Chase. He finished second by a half length. He just had, the winner Outlander just ran a little bit better. But this horse, he got around the race course well. Again, it wasn't his best race, but wasn't his worst race. And then the Irish Daily Star Chase at Punchestown in mid-October, 3 miles and 8th. He won by 1.5 lengths, and he jumped very well on this very tough course. It was a very nice victory. He likes a little bit of a yielding ground. He's getting it today back in Ireland. I know his 9-5 is not the best price, but I think he's going to run a big one. So watch out for him here today. So to recap my bets for the 4th from Punchestown, 5:30, it's the Grade 1 Punchestown Gold Cup. Gonna go with the 8-horse Road to Respect. I'm gonna go, the 8-horse Road to Respect. I'm gonna go 836 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 836 TriCast trifecta. Pardon me, like I said, it is late at night here in America. If I mispronounce anything wrong for the 5th time, pardon that. Almost said the wrong horse, but I was right. So we're going to skip over race number 9 now, the 6:05 from Punchestown, and head on to race number 6, the 6:40 now. And remember, the 7th race, 7:15, there's going to be no tip because it's just a really hard race, and don't feel confident giving out a tip for that race. So the 6th race, final race on the program, I'll be looking at for YouTube. It's the 6:40. It is the Grade A Guinness Handicap Chase. Handicap Chase going for a purse of $119,500. It's an extended handicapped steeplechase for 5-year-olds and upwards. Field of 18 horses here, going the distance of ground of 4,000 meters or 2 miles and 1/2 over the chase course. Top 2 horses in this race for me are the number 14 horse here, Shannon's Turn, and the number 15 horse here, Patrick Park. So I'm going to go 14-15 in this race. Not top pick, but the horse I like a lot is 14 horse Shannon's Turn, 5-1. Harry Cobden's on this one for Colin Tizard. This horse ran at Aintree in the Tophin Chase a few weeks ago, 2 miles 5/8. He had a decent second place finish by 2 3/4 lengths. Ultra Gold ran very well that day, but this horse was jumping well, just lacked a little bit at the end, but it was a very respectable race for this horse. Before that, the 15th of March at Cheltenham, 2 miles and 5/8, and the Grade 3 Brown Advisory and Maribel Stable Plate Handicap Chase. This horse just never showed up that day. Finished 9th by 23 lengths. A very tough race. It just wasn't his day to win on the very tough course. His 2 before that at Cheltenham, were horrible races also. Before that, in November, 2 miles in the Handicap Chase. Finished 8th by 33 lengths. Again, weakened out of it. His much better races in Ireland, but his last one was very good in England at Aintree. But his last race in Ireland came in July of 2016. You have to go all the way back there to Galway. 2 miles 13-16 handicap chase where he finished 20th by 50 lengths. Again, he must have been injured that day because you didn't see him for a year and a half after that. He didn't really jump well during the race. Before that, Down Royal, he didn't jump well, and before that, Cheltenham in 2016 jumped well. But before that, he didn't jump well. But I think with his last race at Aintree, he was getting back on track. And with the quick turnaround here today of 5-1, I like him a lot. He should run a big one, so watch out for him. Another horse here I like is number 15 horse, Patrick's Park. Paul Townend's on this one for Willie Mullins. This horse's most recent outing came on the 1st of April at Ferry House, 2 miles and 8th in handicap chase. Horse finished 4th by 14 lengths with a little bit of a high weight. He just couldn't get it going that day. Was under the drive most of the race and kind of weakened out of it. It just wasn't his day to win, but I think getting the extra 3.5 furlongs today, he should run a little bit better. I think he's the horse that, should like this distance of ground instead of the extended 2 miles. Before that, Leopardstown, 2 miles and 8th in a handicap chase. He won by 2 3/4 lengths that day. He had a very low weight, and he just, again, jumped well and had a very nice victory that day. And then on New Year's Day, Ferry House, heavy ground, 2 miles 15/16 handicap hurdle. Horse for 6 by 34 lengths. Again, never showed up, but I think in this spot, it's less a quality spot. He should run a big one. 9-2 is not the best price, but I think we're going to take it, so watch out. So to recap my bets for the 6th, the 6:40 from Punchestown, it's Grade A Guinness Handicap Chase. I'm going to go with the number 14 horse here, Shannon's Turn. I'm also going to use the number 15 horse here, Patrick's Park. So 14-15 for me in the 6:40, the 6th race from Punchestown. So remember the 7:15, the 7th race from Punchestown. I'm not going to give you a tip because it's so hard. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me tomorrow for more Punchestown preview. Good luck, everybody.